Join us as we delve into the entrepreneurial journey of Dr. Viju Jacob, from humble beginnings to building a business empire in India's spice industry. Dr. Viju advises young listeners to be patient and persevere, starting small. He mentions the business was valued at around 200 crores when he joined, but the company grew to about 450 crores in 4-5 years under his leadership. Dr. Viju suggests identifying the largest market players and deciding where to invest based on investment size. He explains that starting with smaller players allows for better understanding of the market over time. Dr. Viju discusses potential opportunities in industries and how to approach large companies. The video introduces Synthite Supplements and Industries Private Limited based in Kerala. Dr. Viju Jacob discusses how his father founded the company in 1970 with a single product, black pepper extraction. Dr. Viju explains their company started with 10 employees in 1976. They began by adding ginger and nutmeg products from Kerala to their range. Dr. Viju describes how they create concentrated extracts from spices like black pepper. The host confirms Dr. Viju's process involves extracting and concentrating ingredients from farmers in Kerala. Dr. Viju explains they had processing units before he joined the company. He describes his work during college holidays in the factory. Dr. Viju officially joined Synthite Industries Private Limited in 1983. He found the technical aspects challenging as a commerce graduate, but worked in both lab and shop floor. Today, Dr. Viju can answer questions confidently due to his hands-on experience across the organization. But the conversation confirms he joined in 1982 or 1983. Dr. Viju explains his current knowledge of spice yields. The host asks about the size of the business when Dr. Viju joined. Dr. Viju reveals the company's value at 140 crores upon his joining in 1983. He acknowledges that 140 crores was a significant amount for that era. Dr. Viju discusses his first major mistake in articulating business goals. He attributes this to a lack of business knowledge and conflicts with the technical team. Dr. Viju reflects on his father's tough mentorship as beneficial experience. He asks for detailed explanations of daily activities, but the host explained mistakes and the guest advised thorough learning. Dr. Viju explains that he was asked about business during a game. He mentions getting married in 1985 and receiving an opportunity to work in Australia for marketing. Dr. Viju describes his first experience with Australian slang and the challenge of speaking with customers. Dr. Viju arranged for his friend's 6-year-old son to help him understand local slang. He improved his understanding and traveled extensively in Australia, establishing a business worth 3 million. This experience was an eye-opener for Dr. Viju's father, showing he could achieve success. In 1985, they started a factory in Coimbatore to produce flowers for the perfumery industry. Dr. Viju explains that Pfizer, which was in medicine, also had a perfumery business. Pfizer then partnered with the Chanel group to sell perfume extracts. Dr. Viju mentions that their company supplied not just Chanel but many other companies as well. In 1985, Dr. Viju's company got an opportunity to make perfumes for Chanel, a significant milestone. Hal Pfizer found them because they were already in the extraction business and decided to buy from their factory in Coimbatore. The company built a factory in 90 days and inaugurated it on the 100th day, starting production shortly after. Dr. Viju explains they started with about 400 kilos of jasmine concrete worth $800 per kilo. He notes the business value began growing from flower extractions and cheaply sourced flowers from farmers. Dr. Viju describes a buyback system with farmers for plantlets and flowers, emphasizing farmer relations. Dr. Viju explains jasmine flowers were a major input for their business. Initially, Dr. Viju faced difficulties convincing large companies like Nestle and PepsiCo about black pepper oleoresin. He felt this was insufficient and decided to create spice blends for customers. He demonstrated how to use oleoresin in making various food flavors like chicken tikka. He convinced customers about the benefits of using his blends over whole spices and powders. Dr. Viju discusses expanding into seasonings for multinational companies. He explains the variety of spice blends and their market success. He acknowledges the challenge of catering to diverse tastes while expanding his business. But Dr. Viju explains that his samba won't be accepted in Bombay without adapting to local taste. He emphasizes the need to match regional preferences when expanding spice products. He shares his strategy for breaking into large companies by directly approaching them in India. Dr. Viju arrived at Nestle for a 1:30 p.m. appointment, but waited until 5 p.m. He called Karthik multiple times during the wait, eventually prompting him to come down. Dr. Viju emphasized his large workforce compared to Nestle's and urged them to treat suppliers well. Dr. Viju discusses the shift towards fermentation technology in the spice industry. He mentions how global warming affects raw material availability and introduces fermentation as a solution. But Dr. Viju explains the benefits of fermentation technology, including making flavors and colors from natural sources. He shares that his company has a significant business with Nestle, valued at 1,400 crores for turmeric color products. Dr. Viju notes the growth of their company during the COVID-19 pandemic, with a 50% increase in size and 25% higher profits. People started stocking immunity-related materials quickly, expecting a lasting demand. Curcumin and ginger sales increased as they were linked to immunity benefits. He suggested starting with smaller producers for lower initial investment, then growing. Dr. Viju explained his strategy by questioning why a fourth producer became successful. But the conversation highlighted Dr. Viju's strategic approach to business growth. They discussed the importance of understanding market positions and making informed decisions. He emphasizes innovation and starting early. He advises focusing on the desired business size and investment percentage. He explains the benefits of being a fourth mover in the market. He stresses the importance of understanding the market and taking a steady approach to success. But Dr. Viju advises aspiring podcasters to focus on being a number 2, 3 or 4. He explains that being second, third or fourth is easier in terms of costs and effort compared to being the market leader. Dr. Viju emphasizes that number 2 players can simply copy successful strategies from top competitors and improve upon them. He explains the advantage of being a mid-sized player in the market. Dr. Viju discusses his strategy to eventually become number 1. He highlights that 1 acre in China yields 4 to 5 tons compared to 1 to 1.5 tons in India. Dr. Viju discusses the economic benefits of high-yield cultivation, benefiting farmers, manufacturers, and consumers. He attributes the difference to advanced technology, hybrid seeds, and continuous research in agriculture. Dr. Viju contrasts this with local practices that lack ongoing technological support and education. Dr. Viju discusses the challenges of improving agricultural practices in areas with low education and income. Dr. Viju explains Synthite's approach of providing seeds and organic pesticides to farmers, ensuring a higher price for raw materials. He emphasizes the importance of backward and forward integration in the business model, benefiting all stakeholders. Dr. Viju concludes that successful business requires more than just manufacturing or marketing. It involves empowering everyone involved. Dr. Viju explains his competitive edge in the spice market.
Dr. Viju discusses the size of the US supplement market and its growth post-COVID.
The host acknowledges and agrees that injectables are a logical next step for their business. Dr. Viju explains that the efficacy of their product relies heavily on fillers and minimal active ingredient. He acknowledges the low concentration of the claimed extract, comparing it to fairy dust with no real effect. But despite this, Dr. Viju emphasizes their commitment to rigorous testing and clinical studies before product approval. But the host asks about the prevalence of such practices in the industry where supplements claim high concentrations but contain negligible amounts. Dr. Viju met Anthony on the plane, who revealed he was searching for marigold extract due to liver issues. So Dr. Viju took out a brochure and showed the Nestle representative his stock. He offered 150 tons of spices at 12 cents per gram, but the price was increased to 19.7 cents. The representative agreed and invited Dr. Viju to meet Nestle's president in Singapore the next morning. So Dr. Viju flew to Singapore and signed a contract with Kemin, exporting all 150 containers of spices. So Dr. Viju reflects on his journey and attributes success to divine purpose. In 2021, he returned all the money with a 20% bonus as a gesture of goodwill. Dr. Viju advised young entrepreneurs to be patient and confident when building a business. Synthite started in 1970 with no revenue, growing steadily until 1976. Dr. Viju suggests focusing on one business and understanding it thoroughly before diversifying. He advises reinvesting surplus money into the same business while gradually expanding its scale. Dr. Viju recommends recommends concentrating on one thing until reaching a top position before exploring new opportunities. The host discusses the importance of focusing on a few successful products rather than spreading oneself too thin. The guest shares his perspective on success, emphasizing that even successful people have faced failures but turned them into successes. He provides an example of recognizing business opportunities in the Indian market and scaling up from a small start. Dr. Viju discusses potential innovations in the spice field, suggesting making cubes instead of powder. He explains that using cube spices would reduce waste during cooking. Dr. Viju compares his idea to the success of single-use sachets in shampoo products. He notes how such innovations can cater to people with limited space, like those living in small huts. He asks for feedback and sharing, highlighting the potential impact on others' lives. If you enjoyed this recap, give it a like and subscribe.